Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm MysteriousJG. I have a little chance to sneak in a couple of videos, less than my normal amount. Oh man, 4 minutes. I should have waited and gotten one extra set of stuff before taking off. But I'm not gonna jump right into the next plot mission because I don't have a ton of time. So I thought we might, pick up some odds and ends on either Ice World or EOS. But we're back at our ship, and we've been doing Apex missions and all that kind of fun stuff, and we've almost got 6 teams leveled up to level 20. Every team except one we have now has Advanced Human Intelligence, or whatever that thing is called. Team Foxtrot, in off-screen action, picked up a second negative trait, night blindness, but so far they're the only team we have with a negative trait. And that just means if we have gold missions, I will always select them if they are tied with any other team for the highest chance, because, if I can get them to do it despite their negative traits, it means that we found a mission where it does not have a scary or a nighttime mission. Please be Remnant, please be Remnant. Helios is not as good as Remnant, but it's better than Milky Way. M37 Falcon we picked up, but it's all good. So M37 Falcon, this is like when I goof with the game off screen, this is what it's all about. Element 0, that's worth building. Deconstructing, rather. So we've got our Pathfinder Deep Impact and Pathfinder Observer weapons, which I think are part of the Collector's Edition. And we're holding on to our Ishiray 5 Sniper Rifle and our Dawn 5 Shotgun. And I went through and got rid of all of the weapons mods that we're not using, although I kept mods for pistols and assault rifles, which I would be using if we did actually have those weapons. And as a result, we're down to 33 items. So that's pretty good. I've also been looking at the cryo perks. Oh, you know what I could do if I don't know how much I can record is I could make this a codex video, but I feel like playing the game. I figured this out. Apparently the Nexus level caps at 20, and since it starts at level 1 and you get your first cryopod perk at level 2, that means you can get up to 19 perks. I did find a web listing of all of the perks, including the ones we haven't unlocked yet because we haven't visited those planets in the story yet. And I pretty much know which ones I want. There are certainly perks that are more important to get than others. There are perks that if we don't get all the way up to level 20 Nexus level before it's time to end the game that we won't worry about too much. For example, the military pods. I was experimenting. I saved the game, got hunting parties, and then found out that it was giving me just over 500 credits worth of stuff in the first randomized drop. Whereas Financial Infrastructure gives you 500 credits every time. 100 Milky Way, Research, 500 credits. That's the kind of timed rewards. So with hunting parties, I got a little over 500 credits. With Special Forces, tech materials, I was getting less than 500 credits worth of materials to drop. And I mean, literally, if I went and sold the hunting party stuff, I got over 500. If I sold the Special Forces, I got less than 500. I'm sure buying the equivalent amount of tech materials would have cost me more than 500, but my ability to turn them into cash, it would have been less than 500. So these were the time-based ones that I was thinking about. We eventually want to get reconnaissance, although we can wait. Advanced training, 10% bonus to XP. For a while I've been thinking that's probably a waste of a perk, but I went through. There are perks I like even less, so this would make the list of ones that I would bother to get, and if I'm going to get it at all, we need to get it as early as possible to make it useful, because it's a 10% bonus to XP. You don't want to get it when you're already at level 50 something and your Nexus level is 20. There's no point. Always prepared. We'll eventually want to get that, and versatility. I'm never going to care about the Apex tactics. Some other science pod stuff will unlock, but it is stuff that's worth getting, but I'm not in a rush. Accelerated research really does just mean it takes 20 minutes instead of 45 to get your bonus from lab technicians, which is not worth it. Commerce pods. I'm doing my math with the assumption that we will never bother to get trade capacity. There's 2 levels of this to increase your inventory space. The big difference here being if I decide to put points here and instead of getting an experience boost, we wouldn't have to be as careful with managing inventory. But managing inventory is not that big a deal if I occasionally just go off screen and get rid of the mods we're not using. Because eventually I will probably want to have one, maybe two tops, really good guns in each type. Shotgun, pistol, sniper rifle, and assault rifle. And a set of mods. Like, I could never see... it could potentially reach the point where I'm trying to keep a variety of weapons, so it's tough to keep it below 70 items out of 100, even if I'm really being tight with it. But, yeah, I mean, I don't see it getting to the point where I just can't keep it at 100 items or less. I can't see it. So, we will eventually want to get... hunting parties and special forces are things that we'll want to get eventually, although the items that they're dropping all appear to be things that I can either purchase or I will be able to purchase when we get another commerce perk later, which we have the commerce perk that is gaining special inventories. There's a later perk that we can get which will make crafting materials available for sale more frequently. This is, we get that. We care a lot less about these two, but I'll probably get them eventually. So, long story short, I'm going to go ahead and get the 10% bonus to XP. Because, we should get it. And the things that I need to do, like I need to get, in order to unlock these new perks I'm interested in, I'd need to go to individual planets and get the viability rating on those planets up really high. And increasing viability rating is the fastest way to increase your Nexus level anyway, so... in order to get the prereqs for those things, I'm probably going to be unlocking new cryopod perks. But bear in mind, folks, level 20 is your max, which means 19 is the total number of perks you can unlock. So we have almost half of the cryo perks that we could potentially get. And we can now collect our rewards, because I talked my way around 4 minutes. So we got our rookie research data, we got some minerals, we got consumables. Those minerals, I believe, if we sold them, would be worth more than 500, but I'm not positive on that. Anyway, the only bit of conversation you guys missed was running back and forth between the bridge area up here and the back. We unlocked a conversation where Suvi and Kalo are talking, and Kalo's like, Suvi, don't do it. And Suvi's like, we have to try new things while we're in Andromeda. I'm going to eat their food. Someone has to eat the food. And Kalo says, Doctor, please stop her. We haven't tested if the food is safe. Melvin! Yeah, because Melvin from MLB Power Pros is known for screaming his own name. And the doctor says, Suvi, you shouldn't do that. We should test it and make sure it's okay. And Suvi's like, you sold me out, you traitor. Like, this really was a dialogue. You sold me out, you traitor. I thought we were friends. You're not invited to any more of my parties. And it was wacky and zany and fun. So let's take off, you hoser.
Vold orbit is steady.
Oh, that's right. We're still on Vold because we came here and did the Flight of the Space Whales quest. Let's actually just go back to Vold. I think we had, if nothing else, we can grab some mining. Not mining. We can grab some memory triggers. And because they had some really confrontational dialogue, and I'm not sure why, and I figure if we give them a chance to talk more, they'll work through their differences and maybe become bros. Let's take veteran warrior Drac, and crisis specialist Liam with us on this mission. Eventually, I want to get back to what had been my team on our first big EOS mission, which was... What is her name? Vitra, the Turian chick, and our love interest lady. Because we've seen a lot of our love interest lady, I want to say Cora, and now I'm forgetting if that's really her name. A lot of the characters in this game are not leaving much of an impression on me, it seems. Maybe if I played through the whole game off camera once before LPing it, if it wasn't a, quote, blind LP. In which I am occasionally using facts and stuff, but only to figure out perk selections, not for actual individual missions. But maybe the characters, maybe I'd have a better idea of the characters if I'd gotten familiar with them on screen. Oh, and here's the other thing. I've changed our armor loadout. So you can see we look like a fucking Sith Lord now. Particularly, we look like a Sith Lord in the menu screens. He looks like even more of a Sith Lord if I'd used all the Remnant stuff, but I've given him Remnant arms and legs, which are going to give me better defense. Like, it gives me better health regen, better shield regen, better damage reduction. They're just, like, overall better defensive items. And he's using one of the Angaran chest pieces, which gives increased damage to our tech constructs. Probably should have gone through this off, before we hopped off of the ship, but that's okay. It is taking away from our experience. Like, I traded in armor that gives us an experience boost, and now that I think about it, I just got the experience perk, so it's kind of a robbing Peter to pay Paul. But I could really have considered not switching to this new armor until we started having more combat trouble than we've really been having. So I'm thinking memory triggers will be a thing to do. Angaran Saboteur was trapped in rubble after destroying a cat weapons depot. I'm sure they'll be fine. We can take our time rescuing them. That won't be an issue. I'm gonna prioritize memory triggers right now and covering the past. A cave, scanner anomaly, basic mining zone. There's a lot of basic mining zones around here. Oh, wasn't there a memory trigger that was over here that we got really confused about when we tried to track it down? In like the last video or so? I don't know what that is. And I'm not sure what that is. Missing science crew mission, I believe I accidentally kind of spoiled for myself that is what will get us another boss battle with one of those giant remnant monsters. And since I don't know how much time I'm going to have to record here, I don't really want to get involved in anything quite that long. I want to do little quick, easy missions. As a matter of fact, after we grab the memory triggers, I'm thinking maybe of doing a video on EOS.
Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Where we just grab some minerals and plants and shit. Alright guys, start chatting. That's why we're here.
What to, Drac? I've been around.
I'm 1400 and something. 2 years or 2 decades. It's the same to me.
There's a difference between experience and out of touch.
Ooh.
Yep, you're not as invested when young shits die. Look, I'm sure you're worth knowing, but all I see is a skull.
You're out of touch. I'm out of time.
Enemies!
Everywhere. Hold the line. I love that I cry out in panic about enemies even though I attacked them. I'm shooting at enemies! Just so you guys are aware of what's happening.
On my way.
Or you guys charge. That'll distract them into making a mistake that I can capitalize on. Oh great, they are shooting at me. Okay, we got a tech combo in there somehow. I blew up an anointed. Or one of my warriors did. My warriors have engaged the enemy. God damn it, even as I fired, I knew I was missing that one. Begs the question, why did I fire? Come on, experience boost. Make this all worthwhile. Finish him off. Beat him up. Break his neck. There we go. We got a nice little experience boost out of that. You never know, and there might be something worthwhile in this base, like a random.
I'm reading a temperature decrease.
Oh, temperature decrease. That's awesome. I thought there might have been like a, you know, like, oh, hey, here's a communications device, and it's part of one of these quests where you never know where to frickin' go to find more communication devices. But
Reminds me of a snooty bar in London that only served drinks over fancy off-world ice.
so the concept of ice reminds you of a fancy bar in London. I'm gonna cloak my way back to our ship. My own allies won't know that I'm leaving without them. Alright, so back to it. We're going around the mountain when we come. I was thinking about getting all of the Nomad boosts just to have
The more
them.
we know about Ket, the more I hate him.
Kid, you gotta catch up. All things equal, fights are won by the side that starts at 100% before the other guy knows they're in it.
Hate hard and hate early. That's your life advice?
That, and learn to love fiber.
That's actually pretty funny. Getting a element 0, not just copper. Nice. That was definitely worth getting. Learn to love fiber, kid. Do it.
Another memory trigger?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
It's the ultimate nonsensical fetch quest. This appears to be a pretty damn good mining area, though.
I'd live here, but then I could probably live anywhere.
I'm awesome like that.
Ket machinery, watch out.
Watch out. Back to back. Back to the back, Samurai Jack. Watch out. Now, I used up a lot of ammo in that previous fight. And I seem to have completely lost track of where the enemies are that we were planning to attack.
Heading over.
You guys is charging and act as my meat shields. Get over there, Robo Minion. Damn, a lot of shit's getting blown up over there. Oh, you guys killed him before I could kill him.
They hit Liam!
They heard me, Doc. Yeah, apparently I was sufficiently far away. I couldn't really support them that much, but so we're finding out now. One of our squad mates has what it takes right now to survive that. Liam is not that one. Liam went down. No shame in it. I basically ordered him to march right into their frickin' camp. Oh, we got some ammo out of it. Found an exciting new cat container. It contains lots of cat, I'm sure. Got some cat fusion armor, which we can sell, since their stuff doesn't tend to contain Ezo, which is the element that I will
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
invariably
Life support is back online.
choose to destroy stuff that has Ezo. as an ingredient when I find it. Whereas if it doesn't, I will sometimes sell it. Sometimes.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Can it now? Excellent. So the Lost Scout we're not going to do right now. I want to do that memory trigger instead if we can figure out where the hell it is. Because previously we warped over here and it seemed to be underground somehow. Which means we might want to actually figure out when, like, there was a cave somewhere. Maybe we go into the cave. The cave might be connected with one of these other quests. What? He started saying something about a map. I guess we missed some dialogue there. It's alright. We'll be okay.
Some sort of guard post.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
So there was a guard post, which I just am ignoring.
They make me bids about you. Must have.
I probably walked through someone's war dock, but that's not really what we do.
Well, there is a documentary about me narrated by Ollie North, but after a while, when every single Krogan that you meet is supposed to be a legend of battle, it loses its impact. Maybe this is associated with a quest we already did and I've forgotten about it. These are like, this is supply flare for, or it's a quest we haven't unlocked yet. Either way, let's keep moving.
Pathfinder,
Oh.
this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Oh, my battery level's low. That's not good. But we need to speak with Sam of the Sam
Save
Node.
another memory prompt?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
But first, fall down the mountain. I suppose that's a good way to wrap up our visit, is to head back to the Hyperion. Why not? I guess we'll discover the secret backstory of the game somehow.
Ryder, Liam's looking for you.
Thanks, Super Colo. I guess that's right. There were individual people who wanted to talk to us that we've kind of forgotten about. See if we can catch Liam in the middle of more nude negotiations with the Angara. His missions all have something to do with colonizing planets. So we have hit the point where we need...
Now, exaltation. The cat just keep asking for more trouble.
Yep.
Really looking forward to kicking those guys in the teeth.
Oh, are you planning to do
Get
that,
us there,
Gil?
and we'll save you a place in line.
Are you going to be beating them up, Gil? You going to suit up and do some
Hey,
combat?
Ryder. What's the story?
Morning glory.
Good talking to you, Gil. Anytime.
I can't wait to kick you in the teeth, sir. I mean, wait. You got something to say? Probably not.
Hey,
We can talk more later.
sure.
Hey, we can talk more later. Sure. That's crackling dialogue right there. I'm gonna get crushed. Crush me, crush me. And whoop, uncomfortably close.
Back again?
Yeah.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be
See you
here.
later, Harry. See you later, Harry. Okay. Where are you at, Liam?
I need a way out.
Something
Oh.
I should know about?
Hey, I was just... How you doing? I'm... Great, just, I told you I'd screw it up, and I have. Remember Varand? Contacting the Angara? She's gone. The whole group is gone. Sudden. So, yeah, up for a rescue? Because if we don't, we could be next.
You know, sure, why wouldn't he help is great, but how is this his screw up? I don't really understand.
You seem pretty sure this is your fault, but I'm not hearing why.
Yeah, because I gave Varand Nexus data and nav points.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm a
We
traitor.
need to know how to live here. I tried asking. I tried taking. No one would help outsiders.
Scott Hall and Heck, Kevin
So I
Asher,
took
not
initiative.
welcome.
Gave her data and text so she could mod it. Varand was... She is a good risk. But if pirates interrogate her or barter her to the Ket, it's our heads.
Why not alert the Nexus?
Why didn't you alert everyone immediately?
If they have her info, they have our comms. The Nexus goes on alert, they'll know. Varand's people are tough. They'd have fought if they thought there was a chance. Something made them think there wasn't. I won't risk that. Bad enough I have to involve you. Like I said, I screwed up.
I actually have no idea what he's talking about. He said something earlier about reaching for channels in the Angarans. He's trying to do things unofficially, make things happen. What does he think happened to them? I'm completely missing it here.
We'll take care of it before it's a problem.
It's already a problem.
So you
But a lead
fail.
from a trader. A grainy visual. We find that system, we find our bad guys. I also asked Bradley for people to help intercept. I thought they might want to pitch in.
Who's
How are
Bradley?
a bunch of settlers supposed to help?
That's what he said. We're on our own. I'll forward the visual to the bridge for when you want to start hunting. And... sorry.
Read email from Liam. Wait, what? Oh, so I failed something here. I didn't read an email. Well, let's go back to an autosave before we talk to him and read our email. Because, oops, I think I might have screwed up by not reading the email early enough. I think I screwed up, but I don't sure why. Alright, so this is before I've spoken to Liam. I still have time to go read the email. Because it was on hold until we got something else from him, and we did, and I didn't read it right away. Because I guess I didn't think this was, like, missable. I would imagine that the email is not going to make a difference, but... like, we still end up with this person getting in trouble. But at least we'll know what the fuck he's talking about. Didn't want to send this. To writer from Liam. Pathfinder, I need your help with a thing. A big thing. Can't go into it in a message, and you're not going to like why, but I can explain. Come talk to me. Okay, I guess that was it. Message from World and Telon Ket. Greetings, Pathfinder. My name is Rayless. I serve the Angaran Resistance. Some of our scouts have... I serve the Angaran Resistance, but I'm clearly a Solarian. Some of our scouts have returned with interesting information about the Ket that I am certain will intrigue you. I will wait for you on Vold. Please come soon. Can we talk? Hello, writer. The things I'm hearing are Garden World, a whole new species. If you can talk on the record, you know where to find me. Carrie. Okay, so that quest just opened back up. Message to the Nexus. To writer from Director Tan. Writer, I've been reviewing all the messages you forwarded from the Angaran populace. On the one hand, it's encouraging to see the positive reaction, but on the other, this is historically very unlikely. Anytime two species meet for the first time, there's bound to be suspicion and even outright fear. But I've heard of the Angaran, they are not a naive people. I highly doubt your reception is this positive. I wonder if perhaps you've been selective in messages you sent? I need the unvarnished truth. That's critical if there's to be any hope of avoiding miscalculations in our relationship with the Angaran. Pursue my own avenues to gather more information. Director Tan. What the fuck? I thought I had I thought I had sent them on unfiltered. Quite the rescue of the Tempest isn't intended for these kinds of operations, but she's performing splendidly. Not that I encourage you risking your life. I spoke to the Moesha about what happened. Past medbay, she left an impression, I must say, patient, remarkably driven. It's easy to see how she withstood the pressure of torture in that place. Sometimes I wonder what people could do with a bit more time to be patient. Should be sleeping, but worked for 42 hours straight. Ship's humming. Called it quits to get a little shut-eye, but I'm wide awake here. Figured I'd use the time to practice my poetry. Didn't know I practiced poetry, neither did I, probably because I don't, but here goes. Helios, are you healing us, or will we regret ever coming? Because the cat are forever bumming our space. Wait a minute, is that actually good, or is the analytical sphere of my brain falling asleep? It's not good. Never mind. To writer from Gil. You know how I'm out here searching for my true purpose? Yeah, poetry ain't it. Helios says you're healing us. Sheesh. Thanks for listening. From Liam. Aw. Wow, we got a lot of these. Writer, thanks for listening to me. I hope I didn't come across whiny. Could my life have been that different? Sure. I had a dad, mom, dad, blah, 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 blah. Difference not always better. Don't regret anything. Don't regret coming here either. About Liam's movie night. I heard what Liam's planning. It seems like a great idea. Even if things got settled at the moment, I'd love to help out. Stop by when you can. Suvi. Well, we already talked to her. I'm a little concerned about this one, though. I feel like I need to go... check and like a load estate and see what the hell happened with that, or maybe try to find out if it makes a difference, because maybe I was clicking through too quickly and accidentally edited some of those. I don't know. Either way, folks, I'm calling it a video. When we come back, well, hopefully I won't have to go. All we did is grab those memory triggers. I'm wondering if this whole video has been wiped out by the fact that Director Tan doesn't trust our messages, and therefore I think I might have screwed that up. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, folks. Bye-bye. I should probably wait till and say bye-bye when I'm actually ready to shut off the video. Okay, bye-bye.